What's up, everybody? All right. As usual, not quite sure what's going on, but I am here. Internet's working. It's a good day. Before we get too far down the road, I do want to say, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. I didn't have time to prepare something, so I might do something next week, but we'll see. But yeah, we lost a great legend. You know, I'm a weird guy, so that's cool. And you know, one of the great rockers. So just wanted to acknowledge that. I wore black today in his honor. Got black shorts on, which I think he was a fan of. But I got my shield. All right, let's say hello. Bill is here nice and early. Welcome, Bill. Mick, hello. Sue, nice to see you. Urban Dervish, welcome as always. James, hello. And as always, Roseanne is here. Rebecca, hello. The sensational Sienna Price. All right, nice to see you again. Rosalind, is it Roslyn? Roslyn. And welcome. And who else? I think we're all caught up. All right, so I just want to explain the theme today, which was triple fipple. So for those of you who don't know, but well, let me back up a second. So I'd used three octaves. I got to back up even more. Today's the 131st episode or something. 131. So I wanted to do something in a three theme. And so I decided 3 meter, right, triple meter, which this was. And then I have these 3 flutes, as you saw. I have 3 D flutes, the bass D here, and then the upper D here. And then it was kind of an excuse to break this out. I broke out the contrabass. This is the only contrabass flute that I own, fortunately. Look at this thing. It doesn't even fit. It's hilarious. Barely fits. There it is. Contrabass D, which is amazing. It's a really cool sound, but it's not a sound that's going to fit into a lot of things. But so I decided to play the 3D flute. And why is it triple fipple? Because the fipple, I'm probably going to get this wrong right now, but the fipple is part of the sound mechanism on a flute. I don't know if it's after the flu or before the flu or after it's somewhere in here. The fipple. I think is it where no, that's the chimney. I don't know. Maybe Roseanne can look it up. So I called it triple fipple. It's kind of means basically triple flute theme today. All right? That's all. And a little alliteration. Alliteration? That didn't work. I will not apologize for attempting to make a pun there. All right, so yeah, how you guys doing? Everybody good? Hopefully. And I played the contrabass D, the bass D, and then I played the high D, and I had the conga. We had a djembe, some kashishi, a little rattle, a synth bass, and a weird synth lead sound, and some cajon. All right, so a lot of stuff. Keep those in mind for later, you guys, as we move forward. And this is a week where I gotta say I don't have a Guess the Sound picked out, but I'm looking around. Maybe I could do something. I don't want, that'll be lame if I just pick up something really quick. So I think I'm gonna skip it, you guys. We're gonna skip Guess the Sound. Yeah, we're gonna go right on to not a feature, a special feature, because I don't have video either. What's happening, Kalani? Well, I thought I'd just try to tough it out in the heat over here. It's not super hot today, so I run the AC and I have my little feature video that I play lately in the summer, so I can turn my air conditioning on. But I'm going to tough it out for you guys today, all right? That's the deal. Okay, so maybe we can do a little more music today. I kind of feel like playing. By the way, I did just play, I just did a live looping. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I'll do that for you guys. I just did a little bit of live looping for the Odunde. So let me do that. I'm going to talk about that for a second. So I just posted the video. It's on the YouTube channel, and it's on Patreon. Odunde is a Babatunde Olatunji tune. And I think I may have done it before on a Tuesday Museday, but I've been working on it a little bit, so I thought I would, just go for it, because I like to put pressure on myself to play, So Odunde, and I'm not an expert in this, you guys, so forgive me if I get a couple things wrong here, but basically it's a New Year's song, like welcoming the new year. And Odunde Autunyo, welcome the new year with like joy, basically. Dunmare go wa gope miyo is the great, like you could say God or great spirit. Bring us, hear my thanks, or something like that. And then ire is like peace and blessings. All right, so those are all the words. I'm going to do my best. I'm just going to, and Urban Dervish says, I caught the Odunde video ace, all right, with sunglasses. So I'm gonna just kind of play it solo for a second and see if I can just play djembe. And I've got down here, you guys, I've got, oh, you can't really see it, but see right over here? I broke out the farmer foot drum again. I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, you see it right here? You can barely see it, but that's a bass drum right there. So, sounds pretty good actually in the room. So I'm going to try to do that, and then I got this rattle. Remember this I bought when I got my boogaraboo head I picked up, and I'm just going to wear it. So here we go. I'm going to put this on. Get my ankle, and I'm going to wear this seed pod rattle. When I play the kick, it doesn't actually, it's not very percussive. It just kind of shakes the whole time. Like, you'll see what I mean. It just kind of rattles. All right, so I'm going to shift. I might use the ukulele a little, but I think I'm just going to play djembe and try to kind of play all this together. And I'm not going to use a click or anything right now. Just going to do solo. All right. Okay. First, I want to get less reverb, because that is a ridiculous amount. Okay. And I'm going to turn this down a little. I don't want to blow the mics out. piano's hanging in there. And let me just talk about the ukulele chords that I used on the song, just in case any of you are interested in playing it on the ukulele. So I was doing this, when I played it on the video, I played it in the key of F major. Oh, so a little higher than I just sang it. And what are you saying, Sue? Why don't you try the air while we're live with you, and we can tell. Oh, it's gonna be annoying. Believe me, it's super loud. Unless we use it as a Gimme Five instrument, we could use it as a background. Check it out. I'm gonna turn it on for a second. It's pretty loud. Listen to this. But if we do this. That's enough of that. I was kind of cool though, wasn't it? I felt like I was playing under the ocean or something. I think you're onto something, Sue. Maybe we'll come back to that later. All right, but for now, so I was playing. I'm just gonna give you the chords real quick, just in case you're wondering. So, oh dunde, it says F. Oh dunde atunyo, oh dunde, oh dunde, oh dunde atunyo. All right, and then dun mario, it's all F up until that point, and then I go to G minor, G minor, which is the 2 chord, to C7. So 1 and then 2 and then 5, and then I go back to the 2 chord, 4 chord, B flat, so back to 1. All right, so there's, what is that, 4 chords? So we have F, we have G minor, C or C7. And then the B flat chord, all right, is right before the ending phrase. And this is my harmony, you guys. This is not like, you know, traditional song. Obviously, I'm playing ukulele, so this is how I harmonized it, and this is just for my ear, you know. And I'm definitely applying this Western, you know, chordal pattern onto a folk song, all right, from Nigeria. So let's see. Let me get some verb, and I'm going to switch mics, and then I'll try that. Mario okay. What do you guys think? So that's kind of a fun song. Now, that's not the whole song. That's like part of the song, but that's, I like to do these short versions. If you listen to the Baba Tunde Olatunji recording, which I recommend that you do, you'll hear he goes on and there's like more lyrics and stuff. If I was going to record it, maybe for an album or something, if I was going to cover the song, I would record more of the lyric. But for me, like, this is plenty. And it's also just a nice short message, which I like. You guys know my stuff. If you've been following my channel at all, and and you see the kind of things I do, I really like these just short little songs that have a nice message, and you can learn it, pretty quick, right? It's not a lot of lyrics that go on and on and on. So that's what I did with that one. And then, since it's in F, since I play it in the key of F, I can use the D flute in the major mode, right? D minor flute. D minor is a relative minor of F, and then a relative key of F. And Jesse James is here. Welcome. And then I can play the flute, which I did in the video, right? So that video is live looping, and you see how I put it all in the looper, and then I sort of play over it. And I didn't loop the ukulele because it is very long. The chord progression for the whole song is long. So when you're using a looper, and you're going to try to loop like 36 bars of music or whatever that is, because there's sections that repeat, so it's pretty long, the whole song. It's just not really practical. However, maybe, and maybe I can try this before we get into the Gimme Five today, is, you could do something like, it'd be nice, I think, to just do like a, I'm sorry, where's the F? So we could do a 1, 1, 2, 5, 1, right, something like that. Or if I wanted to go into the minor mode, I could do kind of a nice vamp, or just do D minor, A minor, which I did in the first looping, or I could do right, which is what mode? We could do D minor, G minor, A7, and back to D minor. That'd be nice, right? In fact, why don't we try that? Let's try that one. I'm going to clear the looper. So that was D minor, G minor, and then A7. So 1, 4 minor, and then a 5 chord, 7 chord. So let's try putting that in the looper. Yeah, let's try that. I have my looper set up a little bit different today, you guys. Not that you asked, but in case there's anybody using a looper out there, I usually set my looper up so that it records and then it goes into overdub mode immediately. So, and the reason I do that is because sometimes I don't start the loop right when the looper starts recording, and if I set it up as overdub mode, it gives me a little flexibility. And I don't know if you saw when I was looping earlier, I kind of had to go in and fix some things because today I have it set up as record play. So it goes into record mode and then it immediately starts playing, and I can't add anything to it. So if I miss the beginning of the phrase, or I need to record a little bit more material, I have to go back into overdub mode and press more buttons and stuff. So I think I like the normal way I do it better, but today I just have this set up a little different. So I'm going to try to record that. Maybe we can use this later. All right. And it'll be a little bit slower. Here we go. Okay, but see now, I already noticed. Yeah, it didn't record at the beginning of the phrase. So what can I do? I'm going to try to do that again. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, no. That's weird. It's recording. Like, it goes into record as soon as I press the record. Anyway, you guys don't need to know that. I have a fix. I'm just going to wait. I'm also going to use my other mic. All right, here we go. I gotta stop messing around. I was gonna put a bass in there, so let's do it. Let's add a bass. I'm gonna be right here. So first I'm gonna find a bass sound. Not crazy about it. It would be helpful if I actually memorized where the sounds are in my keyboard. Okay. Let's add some percussion. We're still gonna do a Gimme Five, you guys, don't worry. All right, what do you guys think? That's nice, isn't it? Isn't music fun? Okay, let me check in with the messages, you guys. So that could be an interlude. What was the point of that? Let's back up a second. So I could be doing Odunde in like F major and do all that, and then if, in a recording, like maybe that's the little solo section. That was my point. I could loop that part, and that would make a nice bridge probably. What is a bridge? A bridge is a part of a song that goes away from the main parts of the song, the verse and the chorus. Usually after, the third or fourth chorus, and you go to the bridge, and it's something different, right? And then you come back to the chorus, and now it feels fresh again. And the bridge is also usually a key departure, like it'll go somewhere else and just be a little different than the rest of the song. So, for example, you could use that one as a bridge. All right. Are you guys good? Let's do Gimme Five. Let's get into it because we're at about 15 minutes. And it would be a good time. Anybody have any questions? Is anybody voting for the air conditioning? I could turn it on and like record some of it, and then that could be a background, right? I also have what I did today is I put I'm experimenting with this thing. It's called a modulator, right? Modulator. You guys have heard this sound before, right? It goes back and forth between different it goes back and okay, let's turn it off for a second. That is a filter, and what that does is sometimes it's called a ring modulator, and you guys have heard that like on EDM music. They do that a lot of the time. There's like this opening and closing sound. It's basically just an EQ. They're turning down like all the highs, and then they turn them up and turn them down, and it makes the sound sort of have that weird sound effect, like it's kind of uncomfortable. And then I can control the range, like whether it's at the high end or the low end or whatever. So maybe we can do that with air conditioning, and that'll be something. Okay, so do we have any? Yeah, so Roseanne said there's a lot of value in learning at least one melodic instrument, like keyboard, flute, ukulele, or guitar. Yeah, you can do a lot, and I'm really glad, you guys, and I'm not going to talk, a whole lot about it, but I'm so glad that I learned both the ukulele and the flute, and those are basically the only, like the flutes are kind of the one melodic instrument that I've learned, and then the ukulele is like my main chording instrument. I mean, I can play a little piano, but I don't consider myself a piano player. I can do a little bit of keyboard, very little, like enough to write or do sequencing. But you could do so much with those two instruments, you guys. I mean, obviously, what I do is pretty basic, but I feel like I get a lot of mileage out of two instruments that are fairly accessible and they're out there, they're pretty common. And the nice thing I like about both of them, thanks for asking, is that both the ukulele and the Native American style flute have like gatherings and classes and culture around them. I mean, just like guitar and drums, drum set and percussion. And then now I'm connected with, a whole bunch of people in the Native American style flute community, and I teach at a couple work camps. I think 3 events a year I teach at, native flute. And then I'm teaching online ukulele courses, and I do play a lot of ukulele in my work as a music therapist and music educator. So yeah, you could get a lot out of just, having 1 or 2 other instruments I know some of you already do play melodic or chording instruments, but if you don't, you can invest a little bit of time and then you have it the rest of your life to enjoy. So that's what I'd recommend. All right, what do we have? All right, Roseanne is giving examples. So Rosalind is going to do our Gimme Five, so we're going to wait. So I'm going to turn my air conditioning on and make weird sounds with it. All right, that's enough of that, you guys. Okay. All right, Rosalind. Oh, all right. Well, let's see. So are we doing Sue's or Rosalind's? Or a combo? Okay, style from Sue. All right. So cajon, conga, bell, flute, bongo. Let me grab the bongos. Hang on. I'm leaving the AC on for a second, you guys, because it feels great. At least the room is tiny in here, and I can cool it down quickly. Hang on. I got to grab the bongos. I didn't even have to walk to the other side of my studio. I just stepped. It's like one step. All right, but I'm gonna move this. I gotta get in here. Okay, I think that'll work. And what do we have? We have conga, bell, flute. Okay. Now you asked for a jazz style, so I'm gonna switch to. I'm gonna erase everything again. I'm going to switch the meter. And then I'm gonna try to pick a style. Oh my God, that is loud. Oh, hold on. Combo meal deal. All right. So what do we have? So flute. So just flute. I'm confused. Well, so cajon, conga, bongos, bell, and flute. All right, something like that. Okay, that's enough AC. I'm gonna turn it off. All right. I think we're good. Let's see if we can get going. right, fans. All right. Yeah. So, Mick, before we go, Mick was talking about the sistrum. So this is actually an African sistrum that I've had a long time, and it's made with bottle caps, and it is one of my favorite instruments. I need to put a little silicone oil on here, though. It's got this weird squeaky. It's squeaking a little bit, which, you know, whatever. Maybe it's okay, but it's like a kind of a fingernail on the chalkboard some of the time. Anyway, sistrum. I don't know how well you can see that, but let me show you over here. Like here, right? Really fun. All right, as always, I want to thank Roseanne for coming in and just helping out. And yeah, Rosalind and Sue. High five. Low five. Can't see it down there. Sideways five. And I appreciate everybody showing up today. Welcome, Crash Landon. That's a great name. All right. And yeah, and you guys go see each other's channels and stuff. Like Roseanne's publishing stuff, jamming. And I know, you know, I think Cornelius Mulholland, he has some Instagram stuff. He's doing some things. And other friends that show up are doing music as well. So let's keep sharing. And yeah, come see me at Patreon. You can become a patron for a little bit and chip in. And you can also just join. You can have a lot of lessons over on the Patreon site, like full courses. And I'm always adding things over there. But right now, there's still tons of stuff that is not here on YouTube. So if you like the show and you'd like to show your support for the show in a show of gratitude, then show up at the Patreon site, patreon.com/Kalani. Have a great week, everyone. And thanks for just being here and being interested in music. And I hope you get some inspiration vis-a-vis my perspiration, especially with the AC. I like the AC sound effect, you guys. I'm going to have to work that in the future a little bit more. All right, you guys, have a great evening. Thanks, everybody. And let's go out on a little bit of music.